The silent shape beyond the stars. The first warning was the absence of warnings. No distress beacon, no power readings, no radiation spike, no heat signature, not even a scrap of digital noise. Just a vast, silent shape drifting at the edge of the Perseid expanse, black against black, so large our scanners only picked it up when we were nearly on top of it. At first it looked like a fragment of a shattered moon. But moons don't have ribbed armor plating, nor do they cast shadows that move even when nothing else does. Our ship, the ISR Vantage, cut speed as Captain Lyra stepped forward. Staring at the hollow projection, the derelict rotated slowly, almost deliberately, as if checking who had found it. "That's no wreck," she muttered. "That's a warship." But even that word felt too small. It was the size of a city, covered in jagged weapon spines like a frozen sea creature mid-transformation. Its hull bore the scars of battles older than any records we knew, gouges that looked melted from the inside out, claw-like streaks seared into metallic flesh, and yet it was intact, entirely intact. "Energy readings?" Lyra asked. "Flatline," said Joran, our science officer. "It's dead." He said it like he didn't believe it. I didn't either. The Vantage's floodlights washed over the ship's hull, and that's when we saw the markings. Not written, scratched, deep, furious lines spiraling outward from a central point, as if something inside had tried to escape, or something outside had tried to get in. Then came the sound. A crackle. A faint whisper. The kind of noise you hear when a radio is just out of tune, but our comms were off. Then it shifted, like breathing distorted through static. Slow, rhythmic, alive. "Captain, the derelict is emitting something." Joran swallowed. "But it's not a signal. It's sonar. Active sonar." We stared at him. "Sonar?" Lyra said. "In vacuum?" He nodded, terrified. "It's scanning us." My skin prickled. A dead ship does not scan. A dead ship does not breathe. And a dead ship does not turn ever so slightly, as if adjusting its aim. "Captain," I whispered. "I don't think we found this ship." Lyra's face went pale. Then who did? And somewhere deep inside the metal labyrinth hanging before us, something shifted just once, like a predator tightening its muscles before it strikes. The ship that turned its head. The derelict didn't drift anymore. It pivoted, slow, deliberate, like some ancient predator stirring after a long sleep. Our sensors went wild, reporting motion where there should have been none, atmosphere where there should have been void, and mass fluctuations that made no physical sense. Captain Lyra steadied herself on the console. "Distance?" she barked. 600 meters and closing," I answered. "Closing?" she snapped. "We're the ones holding position." "I know, but it's pulling itself toward us." Joran swore under his breath. The holoscreen flashed red as a gravitational ripple brushed against the ship's shields. Not an attack, more like a taste. A testing pressure, a curious, hungry nudge. "Captain, this thing is scanning our internal compartments," Joran said. "Deck by deck." "That's impossible." "No," he whispered, "that's intentional." The derelict rotated until its forward hull, if you could call that twisted, crown a bow, faced us completely. It resembled a cathedral of metal fangs, hollow and yawning, as if expecting us to dock inside its mouth. Lyra stepped closer to the screen. "Is it transmitting anything?" "No signal. No language. Just the sonar pulse." Joran paused. "It feels rhythmic, patterned. Like communication?" I asked. "Like a heartbeat." A chill ran through the bridge. The pulse grew louder, stronger, until it wasn't sound anymore, but a vibration in our bones, like standing beside a colossal engine. Lights flickered. The Vantage's life support system shuddered. Every screen dimmed, then surged back with distorted imagery. Ghostly shapes crawling along the derelict's interior corridors. Organic shapes. Lyra made her decision. "We send a drone. No one boards until we know what's inside." The drone launched, a small silver sphere drifting across the void toward the derelict's open cavity. As soon as it passed the threshold, a distortion shimmered across its hull like invisible fingers brushing against its sides. Then the feed activated. Dark corridors, metallic ribs curving overhead, strange black residue coating the walls like dried blood. The floor was uneven, jagged as though melted and reforged over centuries. And everywhere, Those same scratch marks spiraling outward. The ship was fighting something, I whispered. Or containing it, Joran muttered. The drone's light caught movement. A shadow. Tall, thin, wrong. It stepped into view for a fraction of a second, just enough to see the outline of something. Humanoid but stretched, unfinished, like a sketch brought halfway to life. Then static. The drone feed died, but the sonar pulse didn't. It grew sharper, focused, locking onto us like a target marked. Lyra's voice trembled for the first time. It knows we're here. The ship that was still hunting. The bridge lights dimmed to a sickly red as the sonar pulse shifted. Pitch no longer a simple rhythmic beat but a rising predatory hum. The derelict drifted closer, its colossal shadow blotting out the star field like a living eclipse. Captain Lyra stood frozen, eyes fixed on the hollowed maw of the ancient ship. Bring engines online, she ordered. Full burn, now. They are online, I said. The ship just won't move. A fresh burst of static raked across the hull, rippling through our systems. Warning lights flashed as the Vantage groaned under invisible pressure like a hand gripping the ship, testing the strength of our bones. Captain, Joran shouted. The derelict just latched onto us with a quantum tether. A what? A gravity lash. Something only theoretical. Something a dead ship should not be able to generate. The holoscreen flickered, and for a moment, we saw the interior of the derelict again, this time without the drone. Hallways bending, metal twisting, shadows crawling along walls that seemed to breathe. Then a voice, faint, distorted, not spoken but imprinted into the sonar pulse. HUNTING. We stared at one another. It's communicating, I whispered. No, Lyra said coldly. It's remembering. The derelict's hull, unfolded sections peeling away like petals of a monstrous metal flower. Beneath them, weapon arrays, still operational, still glowing, still armed. It's powering its guns, Joran gasped. At us? Not at us, Lyra said slowly. Through us. On the radar, a new object appeared, small, fast, approaching from the dark. A ship we hadn't detected. Then another, and another. Joran paled. Captain, they weren't coming for us. I understood. They were hunting that ship. The derelict reacted instantly. Its sonar pulse sharpened to a scream, and its weapons unleashed a barrage of crackling, energy so bright it split the darkness like lightning. The incoming vessels vanished, erased, nothing left but drifting particles. That's impossible, Joran whispered. Lyra swallowed hard. No, that's war. The tether released. The Vantage jerked free, spinning as the derelict reoriented, no longer toward us, but toward empty space, toward prey we could not see. It drifted away, not dead, not derelict, but stalking, hunting, resuming a mission older than any species we knew. For a moment, just a moment, the pulse softened as if acknowledging us. FOUND. Funisuituably. Then it vanished into the dark. And we understood the truth. We had not discovered an abandoned warship. We had crossed paths with a predator that never stopped hunting, just because everything else had stopped running.